Hello, a day with Caleb, and we are back with another pickups video, and I am rocking the JP30 Jurassic Park 30 years later. Got this at the Tribute store in Universal Studios, Florida. If you haven't checked that video out, I go and film the whole Tribute store. There's Easter eggs, there's callbacks from the film, props, all kind of awesomeness. So go check that out. I was lucky enough to get an annual pass preview the last day we were there. So that was awesome. But we have some pickups from the Video Game Movie Dome. Pamela, thanks so much for all this goodness. She supplies me with movies, countless movies, variations, books, sometimes just anything that I think I'll want. I kind of send her a list of stuff, and 9 times out of 10 she can find it or know of a place to get it. So let's dive right in. If you are unfamiliar, go to Facebook, the Video Game Movie Dome, and you will see the store right there. So let's dive in. Big collection here. She usually holds stuff until we got enough to where I pay and she ships it to me. So, and a lot of archive releases, a couple of Criterion, some season sets, some collector sets, some Blu-rays. So let's dive right in. Film Noir Classic Collections, The Asphalt Jungle, Gun Crazy, Murder My Sweet, Out of the Post, The Setup. So I have a couple Film Noir collections. Couple gangster, oh, I had it upside down. A couple gangster collections, but very cool to have that in the collection. Then these, I was missing these seasons. Seasons 2, 3, and 4. 4 being the final season, correct? I'm pretty sure. Had the first season, and then for whatever reason, I never got seasons 2 through 4. I think season 2 was released. I think I remember seeing that at Walmart. 3 and 4, were they archive releases, or am I just thinking that? It could be like a Riverdale situation. And those, after, was it season 2? After season 2, they transitioned to be archive releases, and those are super rare. I did a Goodwill pickups video where I found those. Those can go anywhere from $30 to $50 a season. So if you are ever out in the wild and see Riverdale seasons, check to make sure, but usually they're pretty rare. So we got season 2, season 3, and season 4. So luckily we're able to complete the Fuller House collection. So now the complete series of Full House and Fuller House. Then we have Tracy and Hepburn, the Definitive Collection. 10-disc set, and you can see the films there. Let's see if it'll focus. Bunch of films. I do have maybe 1 or 2 of these, but that's okay. Cool to have that in the collection. I have a couple of these Definitive collections. Then Steven Spielberg presents Taken. And I didn't even know Elle Fanning was in this. It kind of, to me, kind of has that Twilight Zone vibe. Also kind of the War of the Worlds, which is fitting since Steven Spielberg remade War of the Worlds with Elle Fanning and Tom Cruise. But it's time to dive in and check that out. It's kind of like a, not lenticular, but it's shiny. Any Moana fans out there? Then we don't have any Mummy variations today, but we do have a Titanic variation, this being the 3D release. 3D! Comment down below if you know what that's from. So, let's see. Yeah. Any variation collectors out there, you always check the number on the spine, but obviously I didn't have Titanic on 3D, and it was a good price, so we picked that up. And speaking of Titanic, where did I put that? Oh, here it is. She also found this Back to the Titanic book. A couple of videos ago, she sold me a Titanic puzzle, and now we're getting a Titanic book. Just feeding the collection, the obsession bug. This does actually look pretty interesting, I'm not gonna lie, by Scholastic. Huh. So Back to the Titanic and Titanic on 3D. Cool to add some Titanic goodness to the collection. Then Future World on Blu-ray. And I did not have this for whatever reason. I might have given my VHS to Josh, or somehow I logged it wrong or something, but I didn't have Future World, which is surprising to me. And Yul Brynner of the Magnificent Seven fame. So excited to check that out. And Cannonball Run I didn't have, with Burt Reynolds and Farrah Fawcett. That's cool. Also excited to check that out. Then we have the Arrow release of 12 Monkeys, and I love that artwork. And this is reversible, so that's neat. And it has a little insert, so that is neat. Bruce Willis there. Then Blazing Saddles, and this, hopefully we can open this pretty quickly, yeah. And this comes with kind of movie stills, so that is great. I love these releases with kind of books or movie stills or film sales, what have you. That is very cool. Then this, does this come with a book too? Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I love the artwork too. I think, yeah, it has like a special map as well. And then it has this book. Very cool. I have a DVD special edition with, I think, a film cell. So very cool to have Close Encounters on Blu-ray. Then we have Casino, the steelbook version. And yeah, it's just the Blu-rays. Sometimes these are the combos. Cool to have that on steelbook. Then we get to the archive releases, the Criterion, with one exception, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. And when they announced that they were going to do a sequel to Puss in Boots after Shrek kind of nosedived, even though I liked the last Shrek film, the audience was kind of getting Shrek fatigue, even though it's a great franchise. But kind of losing steam. Then they did Puss in Boots, and it had been, when was Puss in Boots? Like 2012, maybe? 2013, maybe? It's probably been 10 years. So was not expecting anything on this. And then Josh got it at Walmart, and we watched it, fell in love with this film immediately. Such a great film, not just a great sequel to Puss in Boots, which was a good to okay movie. This was like 10 out of 10, recommend every time. Such a great cast, such a great story. All the characters have like a beautiful arc that you complete at the end of the film. So if you have not seen, for whatever reason, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, go out and watch it immediately. Then we'll show the Criterion releases first. Night in the City. So this is number 274. And then inside it has this poster, which hopefully will, yeah. Look at that. That is awesome. The kind of getting the glare. Then on the back, it kind of has a breakdown of the movie. So that is very nice. And it's 2 discs as well. Then Criterion number 3. Now, for anybody out there, when the Criterion Collection started, what was number 1 or number 2? I would be curious to see or read that in the comments down below. Criterion number 1, what was it, and what was number 2? We have 3 here with The Lady Vanishes, and this has an insert as well. Now we get to some Warner Archives with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Wow, I like froze there for a minute. Always cool to pick up these great early films. I think this, yeah, 1932. So Dracula came out in 1931, so this came out the year after that. Then Gaslight, Ingrid Bergman, which obviously from Casablanca. That is very cool. Then Roughshod, Robert Sterling. I wonder if that's any relation to Rod Sterling. But RKO presents, so a Western looks like. Then Nora Prentice and Anna Sheridan. Huh. With these archives, you never know. Some of these you have never heard of, really. Oh, Errol Flynn, Gentleman Jim. And looks to be a boxer. Spitfire with Katharine Hepburn. We just saw her in the Essential Collection. So that is cool. And what year does it say a year? 1934. So most of these films are from the 30s. This one being 1939, Personal Made Secrets. Very cool. And the artwork for these are pretty cool. Along the Great Divide, Kirk Douglas. And this looks to be a Western too. This was 1951, so we're out of the 30s. Then Turner Classic Movies, their releases are very cool. Usually, my favorite releases of theirs are the Tarzan collections with, is it Johnny, is it Wasserman? He was an Olympic swimmer, and then he did probably 15 or so Tarzan movies. I'm still missing the volume 1 of the Tarzan collection. Not the Turner Classic release, the original release. Actually just missing 1 disc from it. But we have great classic films. Roberta, Follow the Fleet, Flying Down to Rio, Vernon and Irene Castle. So usually there's a Astaire and Rogers Volume 2. So, and then this is Volume 1. The Gay Divorce, Swing Time, Top Hat, Shall We Dance? And I do have, I think, Top Hat on VHS, but cool to have it in this collection, especially talking about Astaire and Rogers, a great team. They did some phenomenal movies together. So that's very cool. Cool to have all these archives too. That's a bunch, well, that's a Criterion, but a bunch of archive releases. Bunch of cool stuff from Pamela. If you ever want movies, go to the Video Game Movie Dome, the Facebook, and just send her a list, and she'll try her best to get stuff. Thanks, Pam, for all this great stuff. Until next time, like, subscribe, share with a movie lover. Until next time, keep collecting.